Hey, what's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Rich. I'm back at it. I know I'm sick and you guys are sick and tired of probably hearing me introduce myself and say my name a lot, but you know, until everybody knows who I am, I'm gonna keep saying my name. With that being said, I know it's been a while since the last time I posted anything, probably about a month at this point. So without further ado, I'm gonna kind of jump into some things. A lot has changed, and a lot has happened since the last time I posted a video. Last time I posted the video, I had a motor on the ground sitting over there, sitting over here somewhere, hooked up to this engine hoist with an A to B plate, trying to get that stuff going on. That is just a junk scrap motor. Don't mind that. So since then I have let the cat out the bag and put this fully built motor in here. It is still an A20, nothing has changed there. It's still A to B using the CRV transmission adapter plate, which I've talked a lot about in previous videos. So that's in there. All those things were wrapped up, bolted up, and taken care of in the last video that I posted. So if you want some more information on what A to B is, or any of that, we can go back into that. I'll skim over it a little bit here in this video, but not so much. This is more so about what's going on with the car, where I'm at, how close I am to getting the car on the road for A to B, and stuff of that nature. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. I'm gonna go ahead and swap it over so you guys can kind of see what's going on over here. So here's my 89 Honda Accord, or the 3Gs as it's better known. I've gone ahead and had to delete a bunch of stuff, get rid of some of the stuff, because I am turboing my car. Not many people have done it. Not many people currently have one. Those that do are either fully built race cars. Shout out to Jeremy, he's got a pretty sick one over there, tuned by PFI Speed. I'll drop a link to his page in there, so you can check out his stuff. He also has helped me make a flywheel adapter or spacer so that I can run the A to B plate. So big shout out to you for the helpful hand. Great motivation, always a good friend talking to you. You've learned a lot from you over the years, so I appreciate it. I'm running intercooler off of a DSM Eagle Talon. So that thing is kind of big. The reason why I decided to go with this style intercooler is because all of my turbo stuff that sits in the engine bay is on the passenger side of the car. So it's just easier to run the piping that way versus running it all the way through and having these snakes. I wanted it to be as short and clean as possible. So I had to make room for that. I also had to get rid of the power steering cooler to make room for the intercooler and the tucked radiator. I'm running a Speed Factory tucked radiator right here, so you can kind of see what's going on there. That thing is huge. You can barely tell, but yeah, it's about 40 inches wide. That thing is ginormous between the two of them. That should do some cooling. I've gone ahead, and this is the new power steering cooler. It's zip tied in there, but you know, what would backyard mechanic be without a couple of zip ties in there? So I've replaced that, ran new lines for that, to get some space in there, because when we get to another angle, you'll see how tight fit everything is in the engine bay. I've gone ahead and upgraded to coil pack system. So we will be running coil packs on this, which goes into the distributor, which is really just here for the crank positioning sensor. The igniter, all that stuff has been ripped out of the distributor, so you don't need that anymore when you go COP. That's in a chip board. I've gotten all new wiring here. The wiring was designed and made from a buddy of mine and a well-known 3G'er. His name is Brandon Paterson. He went ahead and made that wiring harness for me. He's even helped chip my ECU and upgrade it so I can run the coil packs. The coil pack bracket here has been made by a guy named Chris Baugher over on the 3G's Facebook group. He designed this retrofit to work with a stock OEM header, so you can see everything's a little tight. Those spark plug wires are short. I will have to put some sort of wrapping on the header and on the wires to keep the heat down from the melting, and I'm still sure I'm probably going to melt that. They weren't designed to work with this Muscle Man turbo manifold. This is kind of something that's a little new. I won't say new, but new to the coil pack setup. Muscle Man had made turbo manifolds for the 3Gs and turbo kits over in Germany a while back, so they're far and few in between. They're no longer in production, but I was happy enough to get one and join a group buy on the 3G's main website many years ago. So glad I hung on to it. Glad I got it to work and fit. So there's that. Chris also makes this distributor adapter plate. It's hard to see, but you can see this little shiny plate here. It kind of sits between the head right there, the adapter plate, and the distributor. It allows 3rd gen Honda Accords to run an OBD1 F22 distributor, or any for that matter, depending on how you want to modify the distributor to work. But in my case, I'm using an F22 distributor to fit the stock Honda Accord, 89 Honda Accord A20, A18, pretty much any A series head at that point. So you can see down there, maybe let's see if I can get it in there. You can see that is the A20 A3 block. You can see the little shiny plate in the middle right there. That is the adapter plate for the spacer, so that I can run the let's see if we can get a good angle at it. Probably not going to get the best angle at it. Somewhere down there it says RD1, which is the CRV all-wheel drive transmission. That's right, CRV all-wheel drive transmission on an 89 Honda Accord stock motor. Wonder what I could be doing there. The motor's far from stock. I bought this motor from a guy up in Washington. His name is Chris Humphrey. Went by Bobafett on the 3G site. It's got a fully built block. It's been blueprinted. The crank has been balanced. It's got custom diamond pistons at 84 millimeters. It's got B series matching rods from Eagle Rod. So it's got rods, pistons, it's got everything done to the block. The head has a Delta 272 cam. Delta cams up in Tacoma, Washington, that is, made the cam for that. It's got Manly dual valve springs and custom aluminum retainers in there. I'll have to find a picture and I'll drop a picture on there so you can kind of see what's in there. It's hard to tell with everything. I also have the Golden Eagle adjustable cam gear, 550cc Eagle Talon low impedance injectors. So there's that. So pretty much the motor's taken care of. There's not too much that hasn't been missed. Maybe later on I have a spare motor, that thing over there. I'll pull the head off of it, take it to the machine shop, have it, you know, port and polished, new valves, new valve guides, everything done, you know, 3-angle valve job, get real nuts with that head. But for now I just want to run this to kind of work out the bugs, do some trial and error, see what we can actually get done with this. I have a low goal of like 250 to 300 wheel horsepower. I'm hoping I can make 300, maybe 350 out of it. Limiting factor will be my small turbo. Excuse the road noise, busy street. I'm running a old school Baugher turbo. Let's see if I can get a good view of it. If you guys are familiar with the website called homemadeturbos.com. Back in the day, this was a very popular turbo to use in single cam Hondas, or Hondas in general. It is a T3 turbo. I've done a couple of things to it. Obviously, I had to modify it to fit in the Accord, because originally these came out of Thunderbirds or SVO Mustangs, the 2.3 liter, the 84s, so the SVOs, so those were there. I had to get a different dashport, anchor, wastegate, whatever you want to call this part. This is from ATP Turbos. It is a 14 psi spring internal wastegate, so this should be able to crank this thing. One of my good homies, Pez, has started me a downpipe. This is just here for testing. Obviously you can see how it's ran. There's things that are interfering, so I will have to go ahead and replace this. I do also have a new subframe, aka a traction bar, to replace that, so that will go eventually, but that's just kind of in there. Got a lot of other little miscellaneous things to kind of button up. Obviously I gotta cut some length out of this oil feed line, cut this long ass fill line, or long fill line, excuse my language. Gotta cut this fill line down to size. I have some V-bands already in the car. I gotta go ahead and hook that up. I'm gonna put a V-band here, so I can run it to the intercooler, possibly a V-band down here, get rid of this coupler here. I like to do the same here and put a V-band here, run this in here. You can kind of see it running through. Obviously I got to hook up A&N lines that comes into the turbo, so you can kind of see the little amount of room that I got. There's not a lot of room. Everything's a tight squeeze. For visual reference, that's 2 fingers in between the radiator and the turbo, so the downpipe will have to be wrapped as well. Even with the slim fans, everything's really tight in there. If you look under here, you can see the intercooler is quite literally, and radiator is literally sitting on the bottom of the core support. There's no space for anything in there. I made the mounting tabs myself, little janky mechanics, but they're up there, they work. I still got to hook up fog lights. I'm not worried about that right now. As you can see, like I said, this A&N line's not hooked up. I have no idea what I'm doing here. It's the first time ever building an A&N line, so I had just bought some tools to go ahead and do that. I have this little clamping thing that I got to figure out how to use. The clamping box by Earl's Performance and Plumbing. You put this in a vise and it clamps down on the hoses so that you can get a grip on them. I also have the Cool Tools kit. I literally just got this stuff yesterday, and some of the lines, as you can see, I still got all the hoses over there. Let's see, this Cool Tools kit, this guy here, they have a nice thing on the website, on their website. Let's see, we'll open this up. So I guess you put the, you go ahead and you put the line in there, and you put this in the vise, and then it holds it so you don't like tear up your hands with all the burrs and all that, and you're able to crimp the line or get the hoses in the lines without too much effort there. So I got that going. Let's see what else. I did want to demonstrate some stuff. So it's got custom motor mounts. Cheetah Auto, he's been a great help. I'm running a couple of his parts. In the back I got his rear lower control arms and this side passenger mount right here. I don't know why the video just keeps cutting out. I'm gonna have to figure it out. Still learning this GoPro. I think we can get down there. You can kind of see it. but that rear mount is out of a GM style rear mount. Chris Baugher, the guy that made the adapter plate for the coil packs and the OBD1 distributor plate, also makes this motor mount upgrade kit. So you can upgrade the motor mounts to, let's see if I can get it, GM style motor mounts like that in the front and rear. So I got more solid motor mounts. It's so solid that if you give this thing a push from the middle here, it doesn't move. That's me moving the camera more than anything. Like even if I pull up on this thing ain't going nowhere. It's pretty solid in there. Intake manifold is a B16 intake manifold, drilled and cut the water neck off to fit the A20. That works out perfect. It's been done a few times. A lot of people run it. It is our go-to setup. The B16, that is, not necessarily the Skunk 2. Shout out to the homie Messy for hooking me up with this years ago when I first did my OBD1 swap. Appreciate you, bruh. I can't wait to shoot videos of your turbo to cord with the B series GSR swap. You need to get to it. I had the BDL throttle body that's 72 mil port match to the Skunk 2 throttle, or to the Skunk 2 intake manifold by the homie Guy over at Red Zone Tuning in Antioch, California. Shout out to Red Zone. Can't wait to get this car over there for you guys to do some tuning on it. Shout out to Jeremy. You know you'll be getting a message from me sooner or later to do this once I'm at that point. Getting close. We talked years for it. We're almost there. Other than that, that kind of really wraps up inside the engine bay. Shout out to Dana. This is where he comes into play. Dana makes this nice lovely bracket right here for the clutch cable and the starter. This is unique to all-wheel drive Honda transmissions that are running hydro to cable conversions. If you were in an EF world, he's in the Save the EF stuff. He makes that bracket because he runs that bracket in his car instead of going over to complete hydro. In order for me to make A to B work, I had to do the same thing. So you can see down here, this is an EF, Hasport EF, or Hush Performance EF cable or hydro to cable conversion. So this anchor works with the B series transmission. It's not specific to the EF Honda chassis or Civic chassis. This is specific to the B series transmission. This will work on front wheel drive or all wheel drive transmissions as long as it is a B series. It just holds the cable down there, and then it pushes in right there, which is the throw out bearing and shift or throw out fork. So that works really good. I have a video that I will do a dual screen here shortly of me stepping on the pedal on the inside and the actuator moving, so you can see that in proper function, which is important. So a lot of people always ask about it. How does it work? Does it work like it's supposed to? Are there any problems? Anything like that? Let me grab this nice little panel light I got so you can kind of see some stuff. So we'll hop in the car real quick. Excuse my non-carpet and all that type of stuff, and the new loom wiring coming through the firewall. So part of the A to B stuff, I'm sure I've gone over this a few times, is you have to cut a hole in the floor way over here by my little right foot to run the shifter cables. So you can see the shifter cable. That is just a generic K series shifter cable, like hole mount. So that's where that goes. Runs the cable into the shifter. This is the stock Honda CR-V RD1 shifter. I made the little holes and got some hardware and this little plate down here that I've mentioned in a previous video to mount this. So it's mounted. It's pretty stout. As you can hear, it's not going nowhere. So this is where I'm gonna take the time and I'm going to go ahead and dual screen the actuator from a previous video that I've made and this one here. So you can see me step it and push it in. Feels like normal. And just wanted to demonstrate that. Also wanted to demonstrate how smoothly the shifter is working. I know I don't think I've gone over that yet. Then I'll jump back into some more A to B stuff here shortly. I don't really need this light now. I can turn that off. So we'll go ahead and shift, push in the clutch, obviously. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, reverse. So as you can see, this is just the stock Accord shifter knob on the CRV shifter. Once again, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, reverse. As you can see, I'm not really pushing hard on it. There's no reason to. There's no bends, no kinks in the cables. So as long as that is kink free, this should shift properly. Everything is nice and stout. You don't have to worry about a whole lot. Shout out to the wife for this Illis Momo steering wheel. She's the greatest wife in the world. Appreciate you for supporting me. Without you, with you, anything's possible. Without you, none of this could have been possible. I know I'm a headache to deal with, but there's that. Look at the numbers on that though. 39 of 300. She's a winner. All right, so that makes up the inside BS I got. So back to Dana helping me with that. He helped me with the A to B plate in another big way. He made it possible to do this nice, lovely intermediate half shaft. So if my battery, my battery's running kind of low. If it runs out, I'll hop out and put a new battery in, but we're gonna run it till it dies. So if we get under here, you can see the all-wheel drive transmission. You can see the intermediate half shaft and the A to B plate with the flywheel. So that's all in there. There's plenty of room for activities. It does not hit anything, doesn't bind on anything, nothing like that. If we come over here to this side, you can kind of see that rear motor mount set up in there. Let's see. You can see the rear motor mounts in place right in front of our face right there. So that still needs a bit of work. This top bolt right here obviously is just notched out. It's obviously not going to stay that way. This bottom one is the only one that's bolted in. So is this side one right here, and then obviously the top mount is bolted in. So that's all in there. Axles are in. Axles on both sides are in. So that's all set up. But the homie Dana over on Young Static on YouTube, he made me this lovely mount. This mount here allows me to run the intermediate half shaft. It is bolted to... All right, sorry, my camera cut out. It got a little too hot. And I only got 10% battery, so we'll get back through it. Like I was saying, Dana made that intermediate half shaft mount plate. You can kind of even see it through here, so that I can mount the intermediate half shaft for the GSR or Integra on there. So now we have a complete A to B setup with an all-wheel drive transmission. So that's what I'll be running. It's got an XD clutch and all that. So at this point, the only thing I got to figure out is mounting this and running the lines, cutting this, running the water, coolant lines, little stuff like that, and I should be able to get this hunk of junk on the road sooner than later. So that kind of makes up the video. I just wanted to give a quick update on what's going on. Other than that, that kind of really fills things out. If you want some more information about A to B stuff, check out my old previous videos. I got a whole gambit of those going. It really goes more into detail about it. I didn't want to make this video super long, so I'm kind of just rushing through it. Sorry about that. I just wanted to get an update because it's been a while. There's not a whole lot left. I am going to be working in the coming week or weeks to get everything buttoned up on it. As you can see, even the hood shuts. I have a bumper in my junk pile that I've trimmed to fit. I'll post a picture of that so you guys can see it too. Somewhere in here I'll drop a picture. But other than that, I just wanted to say shout out to everybody that's helped. Be sure to like and subscribe. Hope you guys are enjoying this. We're getting close. Hopefully in the next couple of weeks or month, when I make the next video, this will be ready to run, or close to it, minus a tune. Yeah, so there it is. No more rumbling on about nonsense. Just like I said, like and subscribe. That really helps to get my following up, get some traction on the page. Without further ado, I'm out. See ya. Salute me or shoot me, whatever you want to say. I'm out. Have a good one. Peace.
They told me that I wasn't gonna get far, so I told them like this: look, my adversaries crumble when we rumble. It's a catastrophe on anybody who tryna hate, come and blast at me. I've been in this for a minute. See how I graduated from rookie to beginner, but now I'm winning on the road. Backing up and selling our shows, but let's rewind the tape a bit and let them all know who came to rock the flow. Jay, who knocks the most. Willis, I creep up on the come up, whether they hate it or feel this. Next in line to come and battle me quick. Man, you don't wanna see me in this circle. I'm killing you, kid. Young Jay, I'm bad.